check occasionally, make sure it's actually recording. That's why I need a friend that can just look at it, that doesn't want me to pay him money to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can just be a part of it if it
Just
ever
does
makes
it
it.
because they love it.
Yeah. Stuff off the table. I was listening to an episode a while back with somebody. I don't remember which podcast it was, but they were making fun of the fake brick wall, and I was like, well, I can't put real brick in my shed; it would fall over on its side.
Have you been doing this frequently?
No, I haven't done it since before July 4th. Since the last time we did it, I think.
Yeah.
But before we get started, I did try to do a solo episode one weekend, and
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I was like listening to myself, talk to myself about myself. It was weird, and I was like, I don't like this. I couldn't post it. But yeah, I just wanted to address a couple of things that I had said in previous episodes that aren't accurate. The first one was, or you could just say it's a lie. Whatever. It wasn't intentionally a lie, but it's technically a lie. So I guess I'm a compulsive liar. Um, the first one was that I am the only able-bodied man that hadn't actually like signed up or something, which isn't technically true. Just like I have a brother that could have signed up and just didn't,
Yeah.
and then there's other people in my family. But regardless, it's also was like it's something I just said but didn't really need to say because it's kind of disparaging to people that did want to go and couldn't. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to address that. And then the other one, when I was talking to Pastor Darren, I said that I had two uncles as pastors growing up, which is true, but I espoused it in a way that I was like off on a mountain somewhere being raised by both of them and taught the word or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of a not even a half truth. It's just like, though, it was just the way I said it. When I listened back to it, I didn't like it. I mean, I spent a lot of time with one of my uncles growing up at the church and stuff because he was pastoring and we lived close by, but I didn't like the way that I said it, so I wanted to clean that up. And the last one, the most important one, I told Sarah that you could put 17 pounds of boost on a stock LS motor, and that's just not, you shouldn't do that. I mean, you could do it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But anyways, now we can get started. I was going to talk to you about something. So I've been thinking about this, and I was listening to Tucker Carlson's podcast with some guy. I don't remember the guy's name. He's like a blonde. I'll send you the episode because it's actually really interesting. Guys, I don't know if he was. I don't think he was a theologian or a theologist or whatever, but he's like real studied in the Bible, and he was talking about how, um, in short, he was kind of talking about how we're reversing all of the, um, not spells, but like the, what would you call that? It's like the punishments that God put on us. Like he told Eve, you're going to have to bear children, and man will have to work by the sweat of his brow. And we're coming out with like AI and
Yeah.
putting babies in test tubes and growing them without a womb. The that's weird. But I was thinking about the Tower of Babel thing, and he mentions it in the podcast where he's talking about. I don't know if he mentions the language thing, but they're breaking the language barrier with AI now too. And we were talking about that, and I was like, why is it cool that we can build something like AI and go to space and do all these things, but not build a mud brick tower to heaven? And then I kind of tied it into like where they building a platform to some kind of thing where there was like a maybe a portal or where higher dimensional beings were coming in and out, angels were coming in and out, and and he was like, yeah, he was so he was just saying that we were reversing all these things, and I kind of lost my thread. Damn it, overload. I'll come back to it in a little bit. It's really interesting. I had
That
like
is
this.
interesting.
I
I had
had,
not thought about that, but
but yeah. So like we're reversing all the. I'll get it out eventually. Reversing all these punishments that God put on us, and in the Bible it says, because I was like, why can't we? Why can we do all these things but not these things? And in the Bible it says, in the end times, or it will be in the end times. It will be like it was in the time of Noah. You know what I mean? Like before the flood. So you're like, maybe they had AI, or maybe they had all these things. It's over 10,000 years ago. They say like, and maybe if anatomically modern human beings have been on the earth for 200 plus whatever thousand years and they weren't interrupted by something, how far did they get technologically? Maybe they didn't use the same stuff we did. Maybe they make plastic bottles and try to diminish their own population with plastics in your system. But yeah, we don't know how far they got because it also says like if you read like I don't know if you ever checked out the Book of Enoch, but like some of the fallen angels, it's pretty interesting. You should listen to it. The first part is really cool, but then at the end of it, where it gets to like he's like summarizing, from my own personal perspective, at the end of it, he's like summarizing it in like a child's story to his son. It's like he's telling him it in some kind of like a nighttime story, but it's like the same story almost. So I'm like, was he just like relaying the story to his son, and his son's like recalling the story that was told to him as a bedtime story or something? You know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah. So that's why. Did that make any sense?
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah, sort of.
I was just knocking on myself for like, why is it cool that we can, do this nowadays, but they couldn't build a crappy tower to heaven? It's like they think they found it and like where it was and what it was made out of. But I mean, if they were doing stuff like building the pyramids and stuff like that back then, maybe it wasn't built the way that we think it was built. I don't know. Because it was built after the flood. So maybe those people weren't building stuff the same way that the people that were instructed by the fallen angels or the watchers were building stuff. Like maybe those people were building stuff like the pyramids. Because when you look at like, I think Gobekli Tepe was probably. It says in the Bible that Noah built an altar to God near Mount Ararat, I think it is, and then at Gobekli Tepe, this place that they found that like predates all the monolithic sites where we had dated them by a significant amount of time. I forget what it was exactly, but excuse me. It's got a bunch of carvings of animals and stuff on it, and it was like intentionally buried. So it's like a time capsule, or maybe somebody else buried it because they were like, we don't like that. We don't like your stuff, Noah. Go drink your wine and fall asleep naked again. I don't know. You hear that story? You know that story when his son finds him right after the flood. He banks he like grows I don't know if it was a winery or a beer. Like he made beer. He like set up a little drinking station, I guess. A little lemonade stand. Grew a lemonade stand.
He got hammered,
Yeah.
and then son saw him
Passed
naked.
out drunk, and his son found him naked. And I guess he woke up either still drunk or what, got mad at his son
For
for
looking at
finding
his
him
wiener.
for finding him naked. I guess I don't know. I'm like, you're the one who fell asleep naked. But apparently, the interpretation is like that he was making fun of him falling asleep naked, and that his other brothers covered him up. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a long time
You
ago.
might need someone to make fun of you for falling asleep naked when you're drunk. Like that's a good son, you know.
Yeah,
Like what the hell, Dad?
yeah,
You
but
can't be doing that.
Noah like cursed him or something for it. Pretty rowdy.
It's better than the other guy that fell asleep naked.
I
Wasn't there another one?
don't know that
And then
story.
his like daughters like had sex with him, and they had their dad's
Oh,
children.
yeah, his two daughters got him drunk to
Yeah.
reproduce with him.
Which who was that?
I don't remember who that is.
That one's way worse.
Yeah, I need my Bible here with footnotes in it. I was talking to Pastor Darren a while back, and I was asking him which book was his favorite story of like telling about Jesus, and he was like Matthew was his favorite. So I was listening to Matthew, and literally started laughing hysterically in the middle of it because it's like I'd listened to it once before and then I listened to it again to like try to pay attention because I'm working and I get
Yeah.
distracted or whatever. And Jesus is doing all these miracles, like he's healing people and he's walking on water and he's casting demons out of out of some one guy into a bunch of pigs. So this guy's like corrupted by multiple demons, and then that's a pretty interesting story too, because there's this guy that talks about it. He's like the storm was probably from Satan or the demons to try to get him to not come to where the guy was that was infected with all these demons, and then yeah. Anyways, so that I'm trying to make a point. I'm gonna get distracted. So forget about that dude for now. Jesus is doing all these miracles, and all of his disciples are watching him carry out all these things, and he gives them the ability to go out and do their own like works and heal people and stuff. And then they come back after this, after all this stuff, and as soon as they get back, some I think it was a lady or a guy, it doesn't matter, runs up to Jesus and he's like, "Can you please heal my son? He's very sick, and your disciple could not heal him." And Jesus is so like annoyed by it. He's like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, "Oh, you, um, not unfaithful, but like you, unbelieving something." He uses like two big words that are like just demoralizing to the people. Like, and he's like, "How long must I suffer you?" So he's like so annoyed by it. He's like, "Can we just get to the um uh Jesus? Can we just get to the Jesus? Can we just get to the crucifixion already?" Like he's like, "I'm tired of being here with you people."
I do. Like, when I read it, I always picture Jesus as, like, a little sarcastic.
Well, yeah, he's so
I don't know
smart, and all
why.
those guys are so like dumb. That's probably why he had that one favorite, because that guy was probably like the most intelligent out of
That
them.
one makes me laugh, too, because that's how I always picture it. John's always like, "And the disciple whom he loved." And it's like, okay,
Is
dude.
he writing about himself?
Yeah, and he says it every time. Every time he's like talking about the other disciples, and then he says himself, meaning the disciple whom Jesus loved.
Oh yeah. What is this little guy?
Little little bug. Is that a little roach?
Is it?
I think it might be,
Oh
dude.
no.
Little baby guy.
You die. It better not be a little German one.
No, it's,
Say Germans.
dude.
Here, that's
Look.
your water with the roach on it.
Ew. I saw this freaking inside someone's house, dude, on like a sticky trap. It's called a giant water bug.
Oh
Dude, that
my
thing
God.
is this big.
Whoa.
It's like a prehistoric looking bug. It's crazy. I was like, what the heck is this? How did this get inside their house?
Do you think they bite?
They might. They
Yeah.
might. I'm sure they can. I guess most things can bite, you know.
Yeah. They gotta eat somehow.
I got bit by a cricket. I had a cricket in my pants and it bit me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is that why you got the gross thing
No,
on you?
I don't know what that is. I think it might have been a splinter or something.
Hmm. I think
Just
you're
don't pay
dying.
attention.
Just chop your finger off.
Probably.
You don't have nothing to talk about, dude? You think Charlie Kirk was assassinated, or do you think that guy was
I have no idea.
lone bystander? You paid attention to any of that?
Mhm.
It's so weird.
I haven't been because I feel like it's not helpful for me in my mission, you know? It doesn't help me on my mission to worry about all this stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't help, really, but I want to know what actually happened.
You
And
know?
there's a lot of goofy stuff around it, a lot of weird stuff. I watched this one video that this guy posted, and he's claiming that the microphone blew up on his neck. And
Yeah.
I don't like nowadays. You're like, I don't even know if this video is real. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it could be
that's
just
why-
some AI video
That's
some
why
dude
it makes me
made.
not even want to look at anything because nothing's real. It's like you
Yeah.
can't find anything that's real. Everything's an opinion.
It's a simulation. It's
So
all.
it's like, what's the point of like even researching it? Because it's like everything you look up, you can find the opposite of
Yeah.
that somewhere else, And it's like, what's the point? Nothing's real anymore.
Nothing's real. Fake news.
But yeah, I've tried. There was a couple of like news things I
Can't.
like tried to look up and see both sides, and they both sound like BS. So it's like, what am I doing? Who cares?
Yeah. Why did he take his gun apart and put it back together so many times?
This sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I think.
That's like you got your first gun, and you're like, oh, this is so cool,
Yeah.
and you have nothing to do, so you just take it apart and put it back together.
It was his first
Or
time out
meth.
with his grandpa's gun. He just inherited it. He's on his way back from bringing it home. Yeah, and the only way that round could have just stuck in his neck is if the actual round was from World War I or II, whatever. Also, and the grains were expired. That didn't make any sense.
Expired grains.
Yeah,
Isn't
expired grains.
grains a way to measure?
That's like the whatever the black powder or the powder in the rifle
No,
is. Oh, yeah.
I think that's how
It,
they measure it.
well, you know what? What do you call it?
Actually, I think the grain is the no.
It's the number of powders in the
Yeah,
thingy.
I think so. I think you're right. Maybe. I thought it might be the weight. I think it is the weight of the bullet. I'm not sure though. I
Oh
don't know
no.
nothing.
It says disk not ejected properly. I wonder if my thingy's still plugged in. I'm gonna lose everything. No, it just says it's there on the computer. It's probably from earlier. Shut your whore mouth. Yeah, that Candace has been going wild on that because she's not having any of it, and apparently they put like a gag order on her too, which is weird because you're like, hey, if she's just a crazy person, let her talk. If you want her
No.
to shut up, why? Why do you not want her to talk? Because she's like making people not like you or trust you.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like the proper solution.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
was there and she was accusing me of it and I had nothing to do with it, I would just let her talk.
Yeah.
I'd be like, she can investigate it all she wants. That's not what happened. That we're not a part of it, and have fun. Say whatever you want. That's it's your First Amendment right, right? Was it? Yeah, second's the right to bear arms. But I was trying to memorize all the rights the other day too. I was listening to them, and I was like, I know most of these, but I'm not going to be able to put them in order.
Why?
I would have to
Why
sit
is
there
that?
and like flashcard them and teach myself each one. I'm not going to sit there and do that. I don't know all of them, but whenever they were bringing them up, like easy ways to remember the amendments, I'm like, yeah, I know most of these. Probably can't recall most of them until I hear them. Like, oh yeah, that is one.
It'd make you sound really smart though. If
If
you
you
could
could,
like list them off. But
oh man, dude, I got this weird thing in my shoulder when I sleep on my side. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, my shoulder's tight, and it like pops.
ain't good.
Yeah, I know I'm probably dying too.
Yeah, I fall asleep with my hands above my head a lot, and I wake up and I fall asleep like this. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought you meant like this, like you're just like zombied out of the bed.
And then I wake up, my hands are just like asleep. My whole arm's like asleep after like doing that for 3 hours.
You just wake up like,
You're like,
ugh,
oh!
trying to go to the bathroom. You're like,
Oh yeah, my body's falling apart. I gotta start like working out or doing something.
I hate that when you wake up and your arm's completely asleep and you have that mini freak out, like, oh my god, am I ever gonna be able to use my arm again?
It's crazy. You would think that could do some like permanent damage.
Yeah.
Like not having blood flow to your hand for like 5 hours. But you've never heard about someone doing that, so who knows? But yeah, I wake up in the morning and I have like my feet hurt so bad when I wake up. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I like walk to the bathroom like an old man. I'm like,
Yeah, that's weird.
my arms asleep,
Something wrong with you.
fat.
Is that what it is? The
I think so.
circulation's getting cut off to your feet.
No, I think that's like plantar fasciitis or something, which I've had before.
Plantar fasciitis?
Plantar fasciitis.
I know what you said.
But those suck. I just need to lose some weight. Start working out. So my solution is I'm gonna move my shop stuff out of my shop into my garage
Yeah.
and make my where my shop used to be just like a little weight room, some storage.
Stir up a bunch of dust in your house.
No, I don't think so.
Well, at least that way you could just kick that window open and be like, "Oh wait, no, you don't have to because you got a fridge in your shop." I was gonna say, just, babe, give me a beer, give me a water, give me a
I think
sandwich.
I'm gonna take those windows out. I don't know why those are there.
You
I
gonna
don't know why someone would put
you,
a window there.
you gonna fill it in, or that's so guys could yell at their wives back in the day
You know,
without having to leave the garage.
but yeah, I think I'll take them out at some point. I got so much. I have so much stuff I already should have been doing, and I haven't been doing it. And then I just started something new. You know,
Oh
that's a
no.
lot of work. Like, there's a lot of stuff in my shop to take to the garage.
Oh yeah,
It's a lot of stuff,
that's a lot.
and all I have left is like all the wood, and then I'm gonna try and like make it look semi nice in there, and then take all the workout stuff over there.
You gonna put a new AC unit in it,
I
and
have a window unit. I might stick in there.
yeah,
That's why I think it will be better, because I think I'm gonna insulate it, and then I can keep it warm or cool. You know, I can't keep my garage warm or cool with a window unit. It's
yeah.
too big. So
Well, you're probably supposed to sweat while you're working out anyway, so.
yeah, I don't care if it's hot. I don't like it when it's cold though.
Oh, well, you gotta
You
warm
know?
up. You been doing the cold plunges anymore? No.
No, I don't have anything to do it with. That freezer broke,
Mm.
but
It's probably because you weren't meant for it.
it's definitely not meant to do that. And it was already like 30 years old, I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish.
You
Just
wish.
go jump in the river.
You can buy those little plastic ones, right? Or the little
Yeah, I see
inflatable
they
ones.
have some now that you can just buy, like, and they have the whole setup and stuff. But I bet it'll be, I bet it's one of those things that'll work for a few months and then start getting nasty and probably be a pain to drain the water out of it.
They're smaller. Just flip it over.
I have to be pretty big to hold me in there. I seen one at someone's house and I almost asked them, like, "Hey, can I see if I can fit in there?"
That's a good point, man.
Otherwise, it'd be worthless.
Yeah.
You know? How's everything been going with y'all?
Oh, I gotta try something. That was a
Y'all finding good success in life?
no. I'm barely getting by.
Yeah, same.
Where's the crow? I don't know where the crow is. It was way too late.
So tech savvy.
Yeah. Um. Oh, did your insurance go up crazy
For
for
house?
health insurance? I've seen a bunch of stuff on like YouTube and the Breaking Point show where they're saying the health insurance rates are going up like insane right now.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
that's good. Hopefully you don't have to worry about that. He said they were saying like people who usually pay 16,000 a year, maybe it's for people that make a certain amount of money because I think once you make a certain amount of money they want more money out of you, but it's like why are you judging it by the amount of money that they make? Obviously it's a money grab instead of just like how healthy the person is and how often they go in. Why isn't it more like not more like car insurance, but kind of like car insurance, where it's like you
Car
get
insurance is
maybe
kind
you,
of based off of like how you perform,
yeah,
you know. So
exactly, or how healthy you are, you
how
know.
expensive your car is. So what would that equate to in the body? Pretty much the same. Uh,
That would be a good incentive for people to get in shape too. If you got discounts on your health insurance for like actively working
well, that
out,
would
or
make people feel bad
they can feel bad. That's
I
good.
I totally agree. Which then, by that logic, I would probably spend more money on
You
healthcare, but that
go,
seems fair.
yeah, go swimming. Like old people do it. You know,
No,
them olds, them. What was that generation? That's one thing I don't like about the Breaking Point show I've been watching lately. It seems like it's all left side point of views, and one guy's supposed to be a Republican, Sauger, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can understand that you don't agree. Like, I don't care if you don't agree with these people, but I'm like, he doesn't really sound like a Republican. Just occasionally, he kind of disagrees with Crystal, but I don't know. It is nice the idea to have both sides sit down and talk to each other, but at the
yeah,
same time, when I listen to it nowadays, I'm like,
everything
are y'all
starts to
getting all your
bias.
information from CNN? Like, it,
Everything starts to bias at some point.
yeah. And I mean, also, once you surround yourself with a certain type of people, you kind of adopt their, not mannerisms, but like their point of views on things. You become more agreeable with them, or they become more agreeable with you. Like somebody wins. Yeah, maybe she just has a better point of view than he does. But I don't agree with hardly anything she says. And I don't like the way she says stuff. Like she was saying at one point, she was like, I hope that Donald Trump fails. I hope this administration fails. I'm like, he's running the country. I hope he does good.
Yeah, yeah, you would think that's what you'd want.
But yeah, but that's a Christian point of view, and I don't think she believes in God. So I think she's openly stated that she doesn't believe in God, or she's not a Christian, or I don't know what it is. They're like really anti-Zionist right now, and I'm like, what is the Zionist point of view? Like, there's there's what do you radicals? There's like people that are take stuff a little too far in all groups, but you shouldn't group everybody in based on the crazies. That's like watching Facebook and seeing that girl freak out when Donald Trump got elected president and being like, "That's everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody hates Donald Trump.
yeah.
We should all cry." Like that's stupid. Like, most people are almost everybody I run into is a pretty reasonable person.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but maybe I just live
We
in a
all
good
forget that.
maybe I just live in a good area.
I I think part of it is those unreasonable people.
Put that mic in your mouth.
Those unreasonable people are so loud. So
Yeah.
you think, okay, we have like 380 million people in the United States, whatever that number is now, and there's like 1 million of them are unreasonable people, and they're all on the internet. That's a lot of like internet posts and stuff, but that's really like what, a third of a percent of the population,
Yeah.
So when you're walking around, you don't see that, but it seems like there's so many unreasonable people
But yeah, it's like
on the internet and
we've
the
talked
news.
yeah, we've talked about this before. It's like it gets the most attention, but it's not like everybody agrees with that. Everybody's just kind of like watching it like ugh, or like, "Oh, that's crazy."
I think most people are like that. They see both sides. They see the extreme of both ends, and they're like, "That's
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah, you think they them think whatever gets the most attention is how everybody feels. They're like, "Nah." No.
Yeah, I try, and that's why I think it's better to just like talk to folks, and then it like be like, "Oh yeah, everyone's still pretty good." Like most people want the same thing. We all just want to be happy and find success. You know?
Yeah, I've been thinking about dropping like my Snapchat annoyed me because I used to pay like the minimum amount or whatever for extra attention or like or not extra for like extra abilities to do stuff, and I used to get like 500 to 1,000 videos of or views of video, and then on one of them I think I had like 15,000 or 18,000 views on like building that motor in my truck with Boober, and now I can't get like 5 views because I stopped paying for it, and I'm like, okay, I'm like I just want to like delete it altogether, and I
You
turned
should.
the notifications off on it. But the only reason I keep it is because I got pictures and videos on there that I want to keep. I'm like, I could download them, but I don't want to sit there and go through all of them. And like, I'll just keep them on the app until they delete them. And then Facebook, um, I joined this group for. I mean, there's a couple of groups that I watch for like cars and stuff, and then I joined this group for like the Helldivers 2 game that I play. I was playing with Pastor Darren last night. It was pretty funny. And so like sometimes when I'm scrolling, I'm like, dude, Facebook wants you to watch porn.
They do.
Like, what is this?
YouTube does too.
YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't see anything like that. So that's why I was thinking. I was like, why is Facebook trying so hard to get me to watch this? But my YouTube algorithm, which I spend the most time on watching videos, it like doesn't direct me that way at all.
Long form videos on YouTube? You don't watch YouTube
I
shorts and
listen.
stuff?
Well, I'll watch like movie clips or like small stuff. Like I'll go through some of the shorts, but for the most part, I watch like news and stuff like that on there.
Yeah. But yeah, if I scroll YouTube long enough, it'll eventually try and get me to go watch porn. And it's like, no.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what that is. That's weird. It doesn't make sense.
YouTube sounds like a porn site, anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been pretty good lately. Every once in a while, I'll look on. I think my favorite thing to just like mindlessly look at is Reddit, and it will like there's certain it shows me the same stuff like YouTube shows me, which is like a lot of construction stuff. I don't know why it just interests me, but there's like pages of like ask an electrician, and it'll just be someone like posts a picture and they're like, what do I do with this and this? And I just look at it and then read the comments of all these electricians. And to me, that's like, how is that bad? It can't be that bad,
Getting perspective on things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible, dude. You shouldn't do that.
But like YouTube,
form your own opinions.
YouTube's bad. Watch the shorts is what's bad. It doesn't matter. TikTok, whatever the hell you want to call it, It's just like total brain rot, dude. It's like it grabs your attention. You're just like,
I refuse.
For like 2 hours.
Yeah, I refuse to download TikTok. And my buddy Shane's always he doesn't do it anymore, but he used to always send me TikTok videos. And they got to the point where they're like, you can't view them unless you download the app. Yeah. So I would just message them and tell them, like, I don't have TikTok. I can't watch it. And, yeah. I'm like, I'm not downloading
I'm a guy.
Yeah, I'm not a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Immediately, I have to, like, catch myself because I've not been drinking during the week again. And I catch myself replacing that by looking at my phone. And it's like, but that's even worse. It's even worse for me and my family.
Yeah.
Which my wife is like, no, it's not. And it's like, no, it is. Because, see, at least if I'm, like, drinking beer, I'm still, like, talking to y'all.
She's enabling you.
You think?
Yeah.
She is a phone-addicted woman. I think most women are phone-addicted.
Cody, stop enabling Sam. He needs to stay off his phone.
But yeah, the phone one is bad. We're all setting a bad example for our kids. Our kids are going to be so addicted to technology. They're going to have to figure that one out.
I hate seeing Millie on the iPad. Because she'll, like, lay on the couch, and she's laying on the couch, like, this far away from it, watching it sideways. And I'm like, how does that not give you a headache? And I tell her, I'm like, get away from it. Like, you need to, if you're going to use it, you need to sit there and have it, like, almost at a full arm's length. And she's like, okay. And then I'll turn around, and she's already doing it again. I'm like, you just got to, like, stomp on that thing or something.
Yeah, you should just and then, like, hand her a toy.
We've been playing.
Or throw her outside. Like, go play in the backyard.
We've been playing Minecraft together, but like, it's like a second job. It's so, like, because it's like never ending. If you're building stuff, you're like constantly taking away and putting stuff back in, and then she's constantly like, "Do you need a red square here or like a bed?" She put like beds everywhere, all over the game, and I'm like, "I'm trying to make something." I'm like, calm down, dude. You're just playing a game with your daughter. Like, who cares? But I guess I'm just so particular that it actually annoys me.
They need to learn the controls first. Does she know that she can move around and everything pretty good?
Yeah, she can move around all right and like find me, and I taught her how to like find my little gamer tag thing. Like look around, wait till you see it, and then go that way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She got really good at like Super Mario Bros. 3, and I would be happy if she just played stuff like that. Like I would sit there and play that with her, but I used to play with Bailey all the time. We would go hang out and play that. She was
But
pretty funny.
but now she doesn't even want to hang out with you anymore.
Bailey?
Yeah.
No, she'll hang out with me a little bit, play some games or whatever. But well, one time we were playing that game, the Super Mario Bros. 3, and you know that guy that throws the little boomerang? Did you ever play that game? There's a guy that throws a boomerang, and it's like red and white, and it got Bailey one time. Well, got her multiple times, but it got her this one time, and she's like, "Oh no, the poison sock guy got me." She was like 4 years old or 5 years old. It was so funny.
I think that's actually not a terrible thing for kids. So like especially Minecraft. Like I think Minecraft's a good game. Obviously you can like totally waste your time,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's like creative.
it's a serious waste of time. Unless you're like making money doing it, you know. Like there's some people that no, I don't want my young kids on Twitch having other people watch them game. And you got some creepy old dude watching. They're like, yeah, yeah, put the block right there. Like, dude, you know they're out there.
Oh, definitely.
But,
Yeah, I don't think Matthew has the skills yet to play Minecraft. Ari barely. Honestly, she'll do it a little bit, but just barely can do it.
the border patrol showed up to the shop the other day, and Greg yelled at Irwin. He was like, "Irwin, hide," or something like that. And he was like, "If they want to take me, I'll let them." He goes, "I won't have to work for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Nah, I vouch for you and ruin that." Yeah, it was pretty funny though. The other day, dude, some of the cops that show up to the shop, I'll say something to them and they just stare at me and don't say anything. Like the other day, this was so annoying. Like some of them are really nice. I know a couple of them, they're really nice people, but there's a few of them that are just rude, or they don't know how to speak English, or they don't understand humor, or they just went through a lot just recently and they're still kind of dealing with that. I don't know what their deal is, so I try not to be judgmental, although I kind of am right now. It just hurts my feelings, I guess. Like, you don't think I'm funny? But like,
You
um,
can't even give me a pity laugh,
yeah,
like a
like,
smile or something.
but no, the thing that irks me the most, I was in the office talking to my dad the other day, and I was in the middle of a conversation, and this guy walks in, and he just starts talking over me and doesn't stop. And I wanted to be like, "Sorry for interrupting you. Like, I didn't mean to interrupt you." And then I didn't. I was just like, you know what? It's whatever. I'm trying not to take things so personally nowadays. And I was walking out, and then as I'm walking out, I'm going down the hall because you've seen where the office is, where the door goes to the main shop. There's a guy that works right there, and he's like he takes up that space right in front of the door for some reason all the time. So I was like going down the hallway to walk out the other door, and there was another officer just standing in the doorway, and I was like, all right. He was like watching me walk up the hall. I opened the door to go through, then he starts walking through the door, and I was like, excuse me, like, sorry, I didn't mean to get in your way. Like, you don't know how a door works? You couldn't go ahead and come in and get out of the way? And then I wanted to, like, I just stopped talking to him. But the other day, I was picking up a door to move it into the paint booth, and one of the guys, like, put his hand on his gun. It's just like, he wasn't reaching for it. He was just setting his hand on his gun, like, just, you know. And I wanted to be like, hold, it's just a door. Like, but I didn't say anything because I was like, these guys don't have a sense of humor right now.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of spraying roofs, man. I wasn't built for it. You are. You should come spray roofs. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the hail work altogether. It's annoying. We got
Is that still mostly what y'all are doing?
we have a lot of it, but we just got another one in. And I'm like, why? Why are we still doing this? I'm tired of it. Tired of this, Grandpa.
It's good to be busy.
It's better. I'd say not always, but it's better too much than not enough.
Yeah.
You know.
It's stressful, but it's not. It's stressful in a different way than not having work. That's worse.
Well, it's just it's so much work, and the shop could make more money, and I could make more money if we were just doing collision work. It's like doing completes almost all the time, and it shouldn't be. The PDR shop should be removing the dents without us having to paint them. And then there's another thing that's messed up with that. It's like I don't know. I'm not in the middle of the communication between our shop and their shop, so I don't know. All I do is hear, one side of it. But it's like they say they're going to fix something, and they charge the maximum amount that the replacing the panel is worth. They're like, if we're going to replace the panel, it costs this much, so we're going to do $5 under that, and then we're going to say we did the work, but like if we have to fix it and paint it, we're still going to charge what we would charge to fix and paint that. So, and then you put that on top of what it would cost to replace it. It should have been replaced to begin with. Like, I understand everybody wants to make money, but you should say, I can't fix that dent. I can't fix that dent. Like, you should know
Yeah.
in your field, like what you can and cannot fix. And the guy that owns the business, he's a really cool dude. I'd really like to do an episode with him sometime. We always have interesting conversations. But it's hard to manage everybody, especially when you're like, whenever you're starting like multiple businesses here and there. You like, it's not like not everybody is him. Like, he's really good at what he does, and he knows what he can and cannot fix. So it's like, I don't know.
That's the
I
problem with getting bigger, though.
Yeah, I
You
think
get bigger, and your quality of work just goes down. The
yeah,
more employees you have, there's like no way around it. I don't think.
yeah. If everybody was as good as him, we'd be just fine. But it's hard to find a dude that good. I mean, I know another guy that works for my old shop, um, and he was also one of the best dudes I've ever seen at that PDR work. But
Have you ever thought about doing that? And just
I did think about it, and I wanted to get a kit. And Jake, the guy that I was just talking about, he sent me a link to a PDR company. He was like, if you want to like start learning, like this is the best kit to get for like starting out. It's like $500. And I was on a waiting list, and then I was on the waiting list for the longest time. Had notification for that uh, turned on my email address, and I was waiting for almost a year. Never heard anything. Then I started looking around at other kits and stuff, and I was like, I don't like these are really expensive, and this looks like something you would buy at the Dollar Tree. Like, I don't know if that's any good or even worth buying
yeah,
if it's cheap. So I'm like, I don't want to spend a bunch of money that I don't really have right now to like occasionally try to work my way into a new field. It would be cool to do it. I told my dad, I was like, just spend some of the shop money and buy a small kit, and I'll
yeah.
start practicing on stuff here and there. But yeah, they make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money doing that stuff
Well, it'd be good to not have to go.
to somebody else.
Yeah, to sub that out.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't even mind like going to a class, but I don't know how much the classes are, and I don't have time to take. You know what I mean? I don't have time to do
Well, not right
hardly
now.
anything.
Not right now.
Yeah,
That's why you got to do that when you're slow.
I'm really hoping that I get to move into the office at the end of the year
Yeah.
or towards the beginning of next year, because I'm tired of being out in the paint shop. It's not so bad sometimes, but I think I'm just worn out because I work like 12 to sometimes 14 hours a day. And then sometimes I think, oh, this isn't going to take that long. And then I end up working until 8 o'clock anyways. I'm like, why? Why am I
Yeah.
taking so long to do stuff? Am I just slowing down? I don't know.
Well, it'd be nice to get a change, and then you probably still paint cars if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, like you could do a little bit of everything. That'd probably be what was the most interesting, is to work in the office and then just kind of fill in as needed. You know, helping everyone else,
Uh,
keep jobs moving along.
I mean, I've been trying to move into the office for the longest time. Like when I was in Honda, I worked there for about 5 years. And, and like my third or fourth year in, I was trying to get into the office and didn't really pan out, um, obviously, because I ended up leaving there. But then when I started helping my dad, I was like, I wanted to move into the office almost immediately. And I was like learning stuff in the office because whenever my dad would go watch Joshua's baseball games or whatever, and we weren't super busy, so it wasn't like it was a whole lot to do, but like, right, start a small estimate and then do a tear down and then fix it and paint it. And usually by the time I was doing the tear down or whatever, getting ready to fix things, he was already picking up the other end of it and, filling in the supplements, sending it in, doing the other stuff. Like I have a general concept of how to use CCC. It's not super hard. You start from the impact and then either work from the front to the back, or if it's in the back, work from the back to the front. Like just try to organize it so you're not like replace front bumper, replace rear bumper, fix door, like it all mixed up. You
Yeah.
want it to be in order. But yeah, it's not really hard. Pretty easy. The only thing that's going to be hard is like dealing with the insurance companies and bartering with them. And
Sweet talking. Is your dad a sweet talker? That's how I picture him. Not like a get mad and start yelling.
oh no, he gets mad.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's grumpy, dude. He's a grumpy old guy. It's not like he's got two replaced knees. He had surgery on I think both of his hands. He's just kind of wore out from doing body work his whole life. So, I mean, if I was in that much pain all day, I'd probably be pretty grumpy too. But and then having to deal with a bunch of people that are just kind of like don't really want to be at the job, and you're
Yeah.
like, hey, why don't you just do this instead of that? Or like, and then constantly being bothered by people that don't want to listen to you but want to ask you how to do something. So,
Are you excited for that part?
yeah,
Managing people and stuff?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'll be good at it. I know I'll be good at it. I get along with people really well, and I know how to talk to people. You know, not to manipulate people, but to get people on the same page as me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna do it my way, or I'm gonna throw a donut in your face. No, I don't say that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever be good at that. Maybe. But that's probably the thing I worry about the most. I don't know that I'll be able to manage people as well, but everything else I'm pretty confident on. But
I don't know. I feel like if you approach it more like, but not approach it more like a team
right.
aspect without saying like, "Hey, let's do this," or because you can't do that. I'm not going to be out there helping you do it. So when you say that, it gets annoying. Like, "Hey,
Yeah.
can we do this?" And then, yeah, I don't like that. But
Well, I think like I've read a lot of books on leadership and business and stuff. Listened, not read. Got to make that distinction. But uh, it seems like a really important aspect of that is having a good like culture in your shop. You know, to where people are like you have a goal. You know, and everyone's kind of on the same page.
yeah,
And like I worked at a place where they had a pretty good culture, and we like the guys like would annoy me that I worked with, but we all like kind of liked each other. You know, like we talk to each other after work, sit there and like drink a beer and everyone hang out, and it was fun.
yeah,
But but I think that'd be really important to do,
yeah, yeah,
and it's hard. It's hard. I think it'd be hard. It'd be impossible for me to, um, which we only have one employee, but even just that, it'd be impossible for me to turn that around. It never happened. It
yeah.
has to be like a total start over, and you know. So I don't know.
You just need to hire another guy and pin them against each other. Be like, who can spray the most houses? Whoever does gets a small bonus.
But yeah, it's not complicated at all. You know,
Yeah,
it's like the more work you do, the more money you can make.
yeah,
So why
especially
don't
when
we
you're getting
try
paid
and
commission.
yeah, it's like let's try and do more work and be good, so we don't have to go back, and then you can make more money.
Yeah, yeah. I remember my old boss used to, you know, I wanted to see a comma in my paycheck. Like when I was first starting out, sometimes I didn't, make over $1,000, and then it got to the point where I was always making over $1,000. But he started the incentive with me. He was like, if you make over 60 hours, I'll give you a $2 an hour bonus or something like that. And then got to the point where I was like making, I would be making like 95 to 100 hours of commission hours a week. And one thing I didn't like that he did is he would like take my flag sheet and show the other guys and be like, "Look, Channing made 100 hours this week. You could do it too." Like, and I'm like, tell everybody how many hours I'm making and like use me to.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
It's a little
management
weird.
strategy.
It makes me feel bad because I'm like,
Well, it's kind of like pitting y'all against each other instead of like trying to make you a team.
yeah.
It's like, why can't y'all all be like him?
Yeah.
And it's like no one wants to hear that.
He would say that unapologetically and not feel bad about it. Because he would be like, "Why can't you be
Yeah.
more like him? What's your problem?" And he wouldn't feel bad about it. But yeah,
But yeah, not everyone's motivated by that. That's what the problem is. Everyone has different motivations. Some people are not motivated by money, which is crazy. I don't understand it.
yeah,
You know, it's not like my biggest motivation in the whole world, but work-wise, yeah, it's pretty much just about the money.
it's the most important thing to survive right now. Yeah, what freaks me out is like if um if the power goes out and you have to start like your food doesn't last for very long. You got to start hunting and stuff. And I'm like, I really need to go. Like, I have a general concept of how to skin and field dress an animal. Like, I know how you should do it, but I don't have any actual practice doing it. Like,
Yeah,
very little.
you'd be able to do it. You need to break down other things and be comfortable with a knife.
Yeah.
Break down chickens, dude. I can break down a chicken so fast now. I buy whole chickens instead of buying them all cut up. Saves you money, and it's like I like eating.
You buy it with the feathers still on it?
No,
Uh,
I like eating a like we're having a like fried chicken, and it's nice to know all the pieces came from the same chicken. I don't know why it bothers me, but it's just kind of like it's nice to know.
yeah.
And I like butchering stuff. Like it's fun to me.
Yeah.
So
I showed Bailey that video of how they make the McDonald's chicken nuggets. And she was like, I don't care. I'm still eating them.
yeah,
I'm like, okay.
they are pretty good.
They're
You
pretty.
gotta
I don't know why I like them cold. I like to let them cool off a little bit and eat them
mm,
cold. I don't know why. It's
Cody
weird.
gets so grossed out when I eat cold leftovers out of the fridge. It like totally freaks her out. It's like, what? It's good. Some stuff is good cold.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza's good cold. I like even like I made the hamburger helper, like a homemade hamburger helper, a macaroni and cheese with like ground beef in it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking eating that cold. She's like, "Oh, you're disgusting." It's like the cheese is all thick when it's cold, It get
Yeah.
all melty.
Yeah, that one's a little weird. There might be something wrong with you. I'm with Cody on that one.
Sometimes, like, I'm a big like getting enjoyment out of eating food, you know, but only at nighttime. Like if I eat during the day, I'm just like, I need some fuel in my body. I don't care what it tastes like. I don't care. If I don't have time, I'll like stop by my parents' house and be like, "What leftover are you about to throw away?" And I'll just take it and just eat it. And just grab like a chicken leg and eat it, you know. But at nighttime, I do want my enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Which I try not to do that. I feel like that's an unhealthy thing. That's why I'm fat. It's from like thinking all day about the fried chicken I'm gonna make for dinner. You know?
Well, thinking about it's not going to do anything. Um, why don't you just eat nothing but meat and
It's
take some
hard, dude.
vitamins? It's not hard. I could do it, dude. Honestly, if
It's expensive too.
yeah, it used to not. I used to be able to go to Zook's in Castroville and spend $80 and buy like 6 fillets that thick, and a couple of rolls of andouille sausage, and a couple of pork tenderloins, and something else. I don't know, like a fajita steak or something like that, or a package of fajita steak, and it would feed me it would feed me dinner for the week. I don't really remember what I'd probably eat like leftovers for lunch or something, but Now, if I went to go buy all that stuff, I'd probably spend like $300. And like inflation is real. It's pretty rowdy.
Well, the price of beef is like skyrocketed, dude.
I don't think it's going to come back down now that they know they can charge that.
I don't know. I bet it will.
Like when when the price of gas keeps coming
I
down.
think it's like a commodity though, like gas. You know, some things like paper towels. Like I don't think the price will ever go down on paper towels. You know, but beef, it's like the reason it's so high is because they have like the screwworm thing, and it's killing a bunch of cows in Mexico. So they have, it's just like a supply and demand issue. It's my understanding. They have less cows, so the price of beef went higher. You know,
Yeah.
but it used to be $12.97 a pound for ribeye at Walmart, and it's like $16.97 a pound now. That's
Yeah.
a huge increase. That's like a 25% increase
Yeah.
in price.
Well, I feel like the fillet. I like fillets. I don't. That's like the only
Yeah,
steak I want
you're
to
a
eat.
lady.
A lady. All right.
I'm just kidding, dude.
I'm a fancy lady. They used to be able to buy the packs for like $15 for like the prime fillet,
Yeah.
and I remember that. Now they're 30, 40, $50 for the 3-pack. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we just hadn't been eating steak.
Yeah.
We had burgers last night instead of steak. We used to, I'd go buy a ribeye every Friday, and we'd have steak every Friday, but it's like, I'm going to spend $50 on steak. It's crazy. But yeah, we've been trying not to live so paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So that's our biggest expense for sure is food.
Yeah. I just paid off my truck and
Nice.
a little while ago, and now I'm like, how did we even survive when I had to pay that extra payment?
We hadn't had a car payment in 3 years.
Yeah. Jamie's car will be paid off halfway through, well, towards the end of next year, like on the 6th month, whatever month that is, I think, of next year, her car will be paid off.
And then she's going to want another one.
Yeah. No, she says she doesn't want one, but anytime we go out looking at like we stopped at that little place on the way to Ingram on the left there. I was looking at a pickup. Um, it already sold, but it wasn't a bad price. And I was like, I just need something a little bit like a 4-door pickup. I would like to get something that I could pull a small travel trailer with, although I'm not worried about buying a travel trailer right now. So that like when we go to Colorado or something, or go out of state, we can just bring that with us and stay in that instead of
Yeah.
renting something that's way more expensive. Because it's fun staying in Airbnbs, but they're expensive, man.
They're so expensive.
I was watching uh, that when I was listening to that Breaking Points thing the other day. They were saying if you don't make over 100,000 a year, you're struggling right now. I'm
For
like,
sure.
that makes sense because if I also we talked about this before. If we made 100,000 a year, like most people that probably do make 100,000 a year, are probably in the same boat that we're in because they're like living to
Yeah.
their means end.
I think that's the secret to being rich. It's just not spending all your money.
Yeah,
If you do that long enough, you're going to be rich, you know? But it's not about how much money you make, you know? Like I talk to Cody about that all the time. It's like, I feel like that in her head, she's like, we'll be fine once we get to this point where we make enough money. And it's like, we will be unless we spend more money.
yeah,
It's like, if you keep thinking about all the vacations we're going to go on and stuff, it's like, we won't be fine. It's not that much more. So
yeah.
it's like, we'll still have to save money.
It's
Like, there's no way around it.
yeah. It's hard for some people to see money and not make plans with it, and it's harder for some people more than others. Like some
Well,
people just can't handle it. They're like, we have this money, let's go do something.
what's weird
Like,
is it
no,
was
just sit there
always
and be
me.
bored.
It was me for the longest time.
Yeah.
And now it's
Well,
like kind of switching. Cody was always like when I met Cody, she was a single mom, had a decent job, but was probably making like 15, 16 bucks an hour. Had an apartment, a car, paid for I think her parents paid for her car. But she paid for her apartment, paid for daycare. They ate out every night. She didn't cook. And she had like 6 grand saved up when I met her. You know?
Yeah, well, you're just a bad influence.
I was, but
I was really good at saving money, dude. I remember a point in time in my life when I was living in Hondo, and my mortgage was way less. Like I basically have the same house turned around the other way and like remodeled. But I bought that house for like 115 or something like that, and my payments were like with everything included. What's that called? The like it's
Escrow.
yeah, the escrow. Thank you. Um, Everything included in the escrow was like 800 something dollars a month, which was like nothing. You know, you can't rent nothing in Kerrville for that.
No.
You can't rent a bathroom for that in Kerrville. It's ridiculous. So you might as well buy a house in Kerrville because rent's so expensive. Like if you just have a decent credit score and you have a renting history, like you should, and you've never bought a house before, go get a USDA loan with a nice low interest rate. It's like 1 point something. I don't know if it still is. I know it was at one point. And yeah, your mortgage will be less than a freaking throwing money away.
It'll probably still. I think it's more expensive to live in a house,
Well, yeah, if you're having to fix stuff all the time.
which you will, but it's at
Not all
least
the
your
time.
money's going somewhere. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
it's
you're
like it's like a savings account, and rent. It's like it's easy. You just pay rent, and then everything gets fixed for you. You don't have to worry about all that. But you're just throwing that money away. It's gone.
yeah, you're investing in yourself instead of in somebody
Yeah.
else. Like it's nice to help people, but
But I definitely like. I used to think that it was cheaper. It's like, oh well, my payment's like $1,200. It'd be $2,500 to rent this house, you know. But it's like I definitely spend more than $2,500 a month grand total on my house,
yeah.
you know, for the year for sure.
Yeah, I put almost 30,000 on this house because I made some money on my other house, and my mortgage initially was like 1,300 a month. Here now it's like almost 1,600 a month.
That's what's happened to ours too.
And I'm like, dude, the stuff in Kerrville too, with what we just the town just went through, them wanting to raise taxes, and then did you hear about them wanting to they want to go from a good plan for our first responders health insurance. They want to take them off this like it's like a really good plan to like this crappy one to
Yeah.
save money. And I'm like, who's making that decision? Who's in charge of that? You want to go up in taxes and then you want to cut our first responders health care. It's like, yeah, I want those people who are supposed to show up when things are going sideways to be taken care of.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like, you know, I the only part I do understand is it sounds like they had a really good deal to begin with, and maybe it was too much. Maybe they shouldn't have done that. But once you do that, you can't lower someone's benefits.
Get
You
that,
can't
get that
you
mic a little
can't
closer
like
to your mouth.
you can't
Just pull it
hire
towards you.
someone and then like just think if your dad like hired you and then lowered your pay.
Yeah, you're not as good as I thought you were.
It's like it's impossible. You can't do that. But
Also, I'd like to know where all the money went that people sent in.
yeah,
People apparently sent in millions of
yeah,
dollars.
I
Like, where
don't
did
know.
it all go? And then with that dredging thing going on, and I was listening to my dad and somebody else talk about this that thing they're setting up over there at Ingram Dam about like dredging that out and how much
Hmm.
money it costs to keep that there a day. You're like, someone's making some serious money over
Yeah,
there.
that company that's getting paid to do that. There's like when they're setting that up, there's like 8 guys out there that are probably all making like $100,000 a year setting up dredges everywhere.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
we were talking about that a while back. I think when I was over at your house, me, you, and Shelby, and I was like, I was trying to figure out what that name of that was, but that's dredging, where they pull up all the stuff on the bottom of
Mhm.
the lake bed or the ocean bed or wherever they do it.
Have you seen it? Have you driven by it? Seen
I
it yet?
haven't been out there.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
It's pretty crazy.
what does it look like? It's like just a big crane or
It's
like a
like they set up a big they built a pad is when they how they started. They packed it all down and then they put like railroad ties across it. And then they set up this big giant crane. And then they set up a it looks like a smaller crane, but I guess that's the dredge.
they set up a pad on the side of the river or
Hmm.
on the
On the
river.
side, like on the bank.
Okay.
And then they brought in like what it looks it's like a tugboat, you know.
Yeah.
And then they started bringing in these giant things that look like those shipping containers, but that's the barge. So they float. And then they put those one piece at a time in there with that big crane. and then they hook them together. So it's this giant platform now. It's huge. It's probably bigger than like your house is on.
It's floating on the water?
It's floating on the water, and it has little buildings on it now. And then they pulled that other crane, the smaller crane, and they put it on top of that. And they have like 3 boats out there that were pulled out of the water. I don't know if it's because the rain last night they pulled them out, but I guess they're just gonna pull that thing around with a little tugboat.
That would be insane if they just set up all that stuff. I don't know if you looked at the radar last night. You said you fell asleep and didn't even hear it raining. There was some crazy thunderstorm going on, and the storm on the radar was like all the way across Texas, and it was just like washing down.
Yeah,
It was insane.
that's what we needed.
But I was like, that would be insane if they set up all that dredging stuff and then they had another serious flood like that again to just washed all that stuff down. Like, hope you have insurance. Like that would be.
They definitely have
Yeah,
insurance.
I know, but that would be insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
And the river's so messed up in so many different places. It's like filled in with gravel now, and it's just like not even a river hardly in some spots.
Oh, it looks dirty all the time too because they're digging in it. Like there's places I've been where I was at one that's like just past Shoemaker Crossing. Like if you're going towards Ingram from Shoemaker Crossing, where our neighborhood is,
Yeah,
and they had built a road into the river with gravel, and were on equipment in the middle of the river digging stuff out. There was an excavator digging and piling it up, and a bobcat coming and getting it and driving it out and taking it to the bank. It's like,
taking it to the bank.
yeah, but it's crazy how much stuff they're doing in there. It's going to take a long time for it to recover. Even places that used to be clear, like the water was clear, it's not clear anymore. Which what's weird is literally like a week after the flood, I drove by Ingram Lake and it was almost clear. And then it flooded again, and it hasn't been even. It's looked dirty the whole time.
Yeah,
I assume it's the work. Even just people walking in it, like it'll make the river dirty. During camp, like when they always had camping session, the river would get dirtier just from all the kids being in the river. You could like notice a difference.
yeah. How's it over there by your house where you used to go swimming?
It's fine. It looks nasty, but it's fine. My dog jumped in it
Yeah.
several times. She's still alive.
She was your test dummy.
Yeah. There's people that been swimming in it for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of people swimming in the river. I would.
You would?
Yeah, I don't think it'd do anything to you. I mean, I wouldn't let my kids swim in it, but I mean, I'll eat like.
What would be the issue, really?
I think people are worried about the chemicals and stuff, but in my brain, theoretically, the water is running.
Yeah.
So.
It's all in the ocean now.
Yeah. Right? I mean, even if there's like okay, so there's like oil and stuff in cars that's leaking out, that's so minuscule. Like if you take the volume of the water in the river and then say you add like 500 gallons of oil, that's like nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's like 1% of the water volume.
Yeah.
Of Ingram Lake. So it's
my biggest concern would be swimming and then like finding somebody.
Yeah. I feel like they've checked so much. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but my biggest concern would be diving in and hitting something metal, or you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, something sharp.
Or stepping in a place where you're walking around and walking and stepping on something.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a while before I'd go walk around barefoot in there.
Yeah.
But I know I'm sure, like, stuff like this has happened. And, it gets cleaned out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, everything's so different. I would really like to just go kayak down the river and see.
Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it too.
I just don't know if I'd be in the way or not at this point.
Yeah, I thought about it too, but I'm like, where are you going kayaking at? Because some of the spots are so bad now. You're like, It's just
I would want to go from Shoemaker all the way to Ingham Lake. I bet that's the part that's changed the most
yeah.
because it's kind of weird back there already.
When I was driving through there, going over to your house, you could see on the trees like how high the water was, and I'm like, dude, if somebody was driving through here at nighttime, they just got washed away.
Uh,
It's crazy.
I had a customer that happened to. They were leaving to go to the airport when that wall of water came and just pushed them up like right before they lived in Cypress Springs, which is a big neighborhood like right across the river from Rio Vista. And they had come out and they had made it like almost to that big curve on 39 going towards Ingram,
Yeah.
and that wall of water came and pushed them up against the guardrail, and their truck got stuck on the guardrail, and they just like sat in there for a little bit and then climbed out.
Dang.
It was like if you weren't paying attention, that would be like a what the hell?
Yeah. You're like
That's what I
half.
think about all the time. Is like everyone that woke up in their house. Like think about like waking up in your house and stepping out, and like you'd probably be hearing water, like hearing water trickle in, and like what the hell? You step out and there's water all over the ground. You'd be like, dude, a pipe burst or something? Like it wouldn't even be in your head.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
yeah,
you like look outside, and like as far as you can see both ways, like in the flashes of lightning, it's just water. You're like, what the hell? Like it would be such a shock.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what would you do?
And there's been so many floods all over the place lately. Like right after we came back from that place in New Mexico,
Yeah.
where the end of the mountain gods is, to watch the fireworks. Like right when we got back, it would like had flooded over there too. Like right after we left,
Yeah.
like crazy flooding, horses going down. But yeah, like Shelby's story about him waking up thinking someone's in the house. He grabbed his gun
Yeah.
and then goes down there and sees his refrigerator floating in the kitchen.
Well, like some of the houses, I'm sure your first assumption, like some of them are right on the river. Your assumption would be, oh, that's the river. But like where Shelby was, that wouldn't even be a thought in your head that the river could ever get up there.
Yeah, no.
It'd be such a
Because even when you go down there, there's like that small hill. There's a couple of small hills, and the amount of water that it would take, like in a rain, to get it up, and when it's constantly running, you would be like, the wall of water was weird. I don't understand that. Like that's I don't I've heard people say that there was like reservoirs or whatever that filled up and they all washed out at the same time, and then that's what caused that huge wall of water. But I don't know what they're talking about.
well, I think it's just like it takes a certain amount of time for all the water to start getting to the river, you know, and probably the first little bit starts, slowly draining in, and then starts draining in more and more and more, and then it's coming down river, it's just like it's just like adding to it, and which it sounds like it wasn't like a wall of water. It sounded like it was like a big, like you could almost see that the river was higher. You know what I mean? And then it just rose like so fast. It
Yeah, when
rose
it was
like
washing in, it was
yeah.
like slowly just coming up as it came in. Yeah, when it happened, I watched a bunch of videos on it, like people at crossings or under a bridge or whatever. I guess that's a crossing, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, pretty weird, shitty,
Yeah.
crazy. It's weird driving down there and then like seeing it your whole life, like it being this like real pretty drive and stuff. And now it just looks like a apocalypse,
Yeah.
apocalypse, something weird. But anyways, let's talk about something else. We going over to your house for dinner Sunday?
Yeah.
What are you making me?
I don't know. What do you want?
A $30 steak.
Of course you do.
Nah, man, I'm sure whatever you make will be good. I've never eaten at your house and had your food and been like, I would have had something else. Or I wouldn't make this again.
Yeah, I didn't even really put much thought into it. Think of something.
Yeah, I don't really care what you make, as long as it doesn't suck.
Yeah. As long as it's not bone-in chicken.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what my problem is. with the bone-in chicken, but I'm not a fan. The only time I can eat bone-in chicken is after like a few beers. Like I'll eat some little drumsticks or whatever, but I don't like it. It's something about it. I love eating ribs and other stuff
Well,
on the
the
bone,
world
but
just told you that chicken's bad.
what?
The world has told you chicken's bad. You're gonna get salmonella.
Nah, it's not even that. It's like even when I was a little kid, I didn't like it. No one was telling me anything. They were
Yeah,
like, "Eat this, it's good," and I'm like, why is that in there?
because animals have bones. That's a good thing. See, to me, the way I think about it is the less. That's why I like buying a whole chicken. Because to me, the less processing that's gone on, the cleaner it's gonna be. You
Yeah.
know, the more hands that touch it, the more chances for something nasty to happen. You know, so it's like I like they like probably ran this chicken through like a machine and plucked it all and cleaned it and whatever, and then packaged it, and then I got it instead of them doing that.
Oh,
And
that's
then it,
better. The echo was on. I could
oh
hear
yeah,
echo throughout the podcast. That's probably gonna be annoying to anybody listening.
you're quite the producer.
Yeah, I know. And we're an hour and something in, and just heard the echo. Let's turn on the monster voice, and every time I like we come out or I come out here, Millie wants to get on here and do the monster voice with me. She's like,
No.
"Let's do the monster voice."
I like how kids like hyper fixate on one thing, and
Yeah,
it's like because when she comes in here, that's the only thing she thinks about is the funnest thing she's ever done in here, which is the monster voice.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's like totally associated just that with that.
And she gets the concept too, because she'll sit over there and she'll like try to talk to me. She's like, "Well, I was thinking about, like, I mean, she doesn't have the best conversation skills because she's so young, but she just talked to me about nonsense. I'm like, she gets it. Like, she gets the concept.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just, it's pretty funny, man. She's like unintentionally hilarious. And I think one of the funniest things she ever said um, was she she came up to me one day and she goes, "Daddy, I farted, but I poop a little bit." I'm like, "Well, go clean it up." Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty.
4 is pretty fun. I think I'm over the hardest part. I don't know. The teenager part really kind of sucks, dude. It's not very fun.
Yeah, Bailey's had she's always got a like a rebuttal for everything.
Yeah. And I think,
Eh,
like, I've been talking to Cody a lot about this, and I really think a lot of it is they're trying to find those conversation skills. They're trying to figure out how to communicate,
yeah,
and they don't know. And for whatever reason, teenage girls they want to sit there and argue with you about stuff,
about everything.
and it's like you don't even know about this. Like you know nothing about this. It's not a big deal. Let it go.
Yeah.
It's like you're just making yourself seem stupid by arguing about something you know nothing about. I was like, do you do this at school? Because you shouldn't do this at school in front of other people.
And they don't. They're respectful and responsible at school for the most part. Probably like all of uh all of Bailey's teachers say that she's like really well behaved, and Jamie's like, well, I wish she was like that at the house.
You know?
Like,
But yeah, it's definitely a lot tougher than I thought it would be because it hasn't even really started yet. You know.
oh yeah, once they get to 15, 16,
Mm.
it's gonna be annoying.
Well, it's just like I think the hardest part for me is I just want to help, and she just thinks it's like they just have in their head that you're like
Yeah,
always bashing them, and you're always it's like you're trying to bring them down. It's like no, literally, like even if I'm totally selfish, I want to help because it looks good on me for you to be a good kid. You know, it's like there's no reason I would ever want you to not be successful. It
yeah,
like
no,
doesn't help me in any way at all. All it does is hurt me.
yeah. I try to be relatable, and not just like falsely relatable. I'll be like, look, I understand why you think whatever the situation is that you're right or whatever, but I'm like I was there too, You know, at one point in time, I was a kid. I thought everything my parents said was dumb. I was like, I'm telling you stuff for a reason. I want you to behave a certain way for a reason. I want you to be responsible in these areas for a reason. Like, I want you to do better than me. And if you don't, that's fine. You do whatever you do with your life. I'll be happy with you and for
Yeah.
you. I was like, but I mean, within reason. I didn't get into like drugs and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I mean, we have had talks with her about that, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Like, I want you to do better, and I want you to do your best. But if your best isn't better than what I can do, which I'm sure it will be, with having a good household, a good family, good upbringing, she should do great. But yeah, that's another thing I've been telling her as she's growing up. I'm like, I wouldn't even worry about boys. Like some of her friends are a boy crazy or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like, those boys have nothing to offer you. And I was like, and if you end up having a kid with one of these boys in high school, they don't even have to stick around. And you could end up stuck with this kid, and some guy might end up having to pay child support later on. And like, he has no real consequences for his actions, and you bear all the consequences for,
Well, and every single one of them, that's all they want. And
yeah,
they
for,
can't help it. I don't blame them.
yeah, no,
I was the same
yeah, we
way.
were there
And it's
one night.
like, it's not their fault, but you should at least be smart enough to know, no, he doesn't love you. He doesn't feel this way. He
No,
doesn't think this. He thinks he does, but he really just wants to have sex with you. That's
yeah,
it.
not only that, like, he can't take care of you.
Yeah. He has nothing to offer you.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
All he's going to do is make your life worse, probably.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you still should date. I think they should do that and do
It,
that in school and stuff. But it's like, don't make it serious. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna marry him. It's like, probably
yeah,
not.
that's gonna be a great wedding.
Maybe I've seen it happen. High school sweethearts make it like until they die. But it's just like it's not a realistic expectation.
Yeah, you shouldn't try to start a family until you've like built a life for yourself at
Yeah.
least. Like,
Oh, they should. I want my kids to do the step that neither me or Cody did of like just being a young adult. You know, like I feel like I didn't really have that either. A little bit, but Cody definitely didn't. She like went. She had Ari at 17, so went from like being a kid to like having to take care of a kid.
yeah.
You know.
And then that straightened her out too, because like you said, when you first met her, she was really responsible.
Yeah.
Like, there's that thing, and you don't want to tell your kid this, but there's that thing sometimes where people handle, or like when you go through adversity, either you dig yourself into a hole, or you build a lot of character moving through it. And that's not a position you want to be in, to build character out of you know
Yeah.
adversity. It's like,
You will. You'll have adversity no matter what. Don't
yeah,
try and
but
force it
not
on you.
not having a kid at 17.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a
that's,
lot of adversity.
yeah.
It's pretty hard to recover from that.
It not only from you, but the person that you bring into the world.
No,
So
but it's just not worth it.
yeah,
And I think it's all a scam, anyways. I don't even think girls like sex, so I don't know why they would do
I was listening
it.
to
They
the
don't like it,
I
so
was
it's like, what's the point?
I was listening to the Sean Ryan show, and he was like, he had this it was not a sex expert. It was like a sex therapist or something like
Yeah.
that on the episode. He was like, I'm just trying to lighten it up because I've been having a lot of negative conversations on here lately, or like doom and gloom or whatever he said. And they were talking, and she said in some study that, I forget what the percentage was of women that actually like intercourse. It was really low though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they'd prefer other things. It was pretty funny, and he was just like, "Really?" Like, it was funny listening to the conversation.
Well, I think that's why we're so like. That's a question I would seriously like want to ask God, like why it's like that. It's like, why did you make it so that's literally the only thing we think about ever? And then you made women our companion, and you made it so they think about it for like 3 days a month. It's like, why would you do that? It's like,
Well, what was
there's caused so many problems.
well, what was the in Genesis, where after they eat the apple and God's putting punishments on man? He's like, man will have to work by the sweat of his brow, and something about the wife is like, they'll have to suffer. I don't know what it is, but there's like something in there that's like, it kind of refers to what we're talking about a little bit. I think that's a broad interpretation of what it says, but
Yeah,
I think it might be part of it. Like you did it on purpose because somebody messed up.
yeah. Men will be horny for all of eternity, and women will not. You'll constantly have to beg and be
Yeah,
a pussy brat.
and can you imagine, like back then, men having multiple wives? I mean, I know you could, beat your wife back then. Well, that was probably. I'm not condoning it, but you know, it's it's really weird looking at that time versus nowadays. Because if you had multiple wives, the only way you would be able to afford it is to be like a multimillionaire, and then you still have to deal with all the like attitude, and
I
then
don't think they
and
were
then
dealing with attitude back
multimillionaires
then.
yeah, no, that's why I was saying like you could beat your wife, so they weren't really dealing with attitude. But also, no multimillionaire would want multiple wives at a time unless they all signed prenups, and that's going to be hard to talk women into. And it's like the whole polygamy thing is weird. I'm like, I'm fine with one woman. I wouldn't want multiple women in the house.
No,
That'd be too much. Like,
no, it doesn't make sense to me at all.
imagine them all being grumpy and like their
Well, I
cycle
hear,
all
yeah, I hear when women all hang out together, they
yeah,
start to get on the same cycle,
and
and then
multiply it times 3 or 4.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it is weird to think about like someone, you know.
Thinking that's a good idea.
Well, even the like picturing like a marriage back in the day, you know, it's like, was there any love in that? You know, like, do you think you're ever like, oh, honey, what's wrong? You seem you seem down today. Like, what's going on? You want to talk about it? Do you think like a guy in the 12th century did that with his wife?
No. No, they were probably always miserable. Well, not always, but probably pretty miserable for the most part, especially the poor people. Like both of them, probably pretty miserable.
You think true love came from poor people probably instead of rich people? Rich people probably didn't worry about that.
I think true love came from God,
Yeah,
Sam. Okay.
I do too. But see, then why wouldn't they have true love back then? Did they? Maybe they just had guy love.
I don't know. I think also having children kind of changes your perspective on love altogether.
You know?
Like it.
But just the way things are depicted when you watch like historical movies from the past, you know, like a relationship between like a man and his wife and a man and his kids is like so different than what we're like today, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, yeah, they were looked. Women were looked at as like less valuable than cattle, right? At some point in time, which is odd to think because
Yeah,
I'm like, I want to take care of my wife. I want my wife to be happy.
yeah, me too. I
I,
like
I
can't.
wouldn't. I can't imagine having a cow or a goat that I was like more worried about than my
Yeah.
wife. Like the mother of your children, you're like, she's all right, but this goat over here.
Well, it's weird. It's like children have become more valuable as time has gone on. Our whole life like revolves around kids. Almost everyone is like that too. Like you see people at like they kind of their whole world revolves around their kids now. And
Yeah,
like I think even when our parents had us, it wasn't like that,
yeah.
you know.
And
Which
you hear also about like population crashes eventually happening, or we're headed for a population crash. And I'll tell you what, dude. Whenever I'm in the school line in the morning or trying to get
you know,
out, I'm like, when is this gonna happen?
you know, there'd
But
definitely be some pros to that,
I
you
would
know.
be. I'm mostly worried about a population crash from stupidity on our part as like humans, because you look at all the. I'm sure you don't listen to it or worry about it or anything, but there's like constantly wars popping off, and like this Netanyahu thing. Like, why is he constantly picking fights with people? And then we help him out. Like, I understand the Bible says you should like those who bless Israel will be blessed. And then I've heard some people say that's like, no, it's not what they mean. Like, it's people who bless the church or like. And I'm like, I don't know. I need to go over the actual verses and stuff. But also at the same time, if the you could look at it like this, like they're stirring up shit over there. And I understand the response to being attacked. And our country has done some pretty wild stuff where it's like we probably let somebody fake this whole thing so that we could go to war so that these companies could make money, which is not great. But if you're gonna bless somebody, it would be like the equivalent of what we're doing is like saying like, hey, this alcoholic has spent all their money and they need more alcohol. Like he's dropped all his bombs, he needs more bombs.
Yeah.
Like dude's drunk with power or trying to stay in office and
Well, I feel like the whole Israel
so he
thing
doesn't
is
get
like
tried for crimes against humanity or whatever it is.
they make it like when I have read stuff in the Bible where it does talk about Israel, I feel like it's not talking about just like the ground, the place. It's like talking about like
The group of people.
right, like the community of Israel, which has totally
Yeah.
changed. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if he's specifically just talking about like the soil that's there. It's like
Yeah.
because to me that's meaningless. It's a place.
Well, my thing is like if you want to bless them, just send and you could do it to both sides. If you have two people fighting a war, tell them to stop first of all. Like, hey, y'all cut it out. Like this could lead to something that destroys the whole world. But just send them both food.
Yeah,
Like and make sure that they both get food. Like if y'all want to fight, I guess you can keep fighting it out, but like I'm not sending you weapons to continue to fight each
yeah.
other.
Or you could just send them blessings. Like
Blessing.
send
Yeah.
Donald Trump can just send like a little envelope that says
Yeah.
like Netanyahu, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Signed Donald Trump.
I have the concept of some blessings. Yeah. I don't understand why it seems like he has to help him out. Like, what does he got? Has he got some dirt on you or something, dude? What are you
Maybe,
doing?
maybe. Russia kind of seems like same thing.
It seems like we're more concerned right now with and I get to some point you want to stop wars, and apparently he has stopped quite a few, and like brokered deals between warring countries to get everything to chill out. You don't want the world in chaos, but at the same time, I'm like, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. So like, let's worry about
Yeah.
our country, which also apparently is doing trying to clean up cities and stuff and war and these. I don't know if it's really infestation of immigrants that are like. There was that thing. It was like Eric. I think it was Eric or Brett Weinstein was talking about going down to South America and seeing like on this trail of people coming up was like middle aged or like younger age, like fighting age men coming in from not just Mexico, but like China and other countries. And it's like we were invaded by foreign countries to them possibly stir up disarray and like this chaos going on
Yeah.
in our country. And it seems like
It could be that, or it could be just a bunch of young men are coming to come work like it always has been.
yeah. Well, you feel like whatever the deep state is, they want the country to fail. I feel like that.
Yeah.
And I think even with the healthcare system thing, I don't know what their political views are on the left or the right, but it seems like that whole thing is going to run itself into the ground with manipulating insurance companies to get them to pay more for drugs, and then the pharmaceutical companies making tons of money off stuff, and then now your healthcare goes way up, and it's like a downward spiral, a mess, just chaos.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that anyone would ever just want like pure destruction.
Yeah,
It's like there has to be a pull, which usually it's money or power,
yeah,
Which I could see how maybe the deep state having the country fail to some extent could give you power because you could be more.
just pull it towards you. You like to lean back in your chair.
But then it's like,
I'm gonna tie that thing to your chin next time you come over.
but I feel like there has to, and everyone failing is not really beneficial to anyone. Like the more money people make, the more tax dollars the government gets. So people living prosperously is good for everyone.
Yeah,
But I think it's just inept. like government. I think they just don't know what to do about the insurance stuff. It's just like, even if you look at it, like, how do you fix that? What do you do? So you do a Medicare for all. What happens to these insurance companies? You know, which I don't care, but it's like you can't just like get rid of a business, can you? Like, wouldn't that suck if they just like somehow they're like, okay, no more cars, and you're like, well, fuck, dude, my whole job is working on cars. Like, we don't have a job anymore.
Yeah,
Like that would suck.
yeah. And there's no way you can really. You have to have so much money just to start up a new car company. Like some other guy would have to buy out that company. And then how much money is like Chevy worth? Like if you were gonna go buy GM, how much money would you have to buy? It would probably cost more than buying a country.
I think we're seeing a lot of the negatives of capitalism now.
Well, I don't even think it's capitalism. I think it's the way that it was manipulated and the greed and the way to make the most amount of
That's
money as quick
capitalism.
as possible. It's poor practice of capitalism. 'Cause it's
No, it's
like,
like the end game of capitalism is Walmart. It's like, okay, this little store opens up. They're the best store. They expand out. Then they have almost gotten like a monopoly on like a grocery store or whatever you want to call Walmart. But it was because they were the best at some point in time. But now they're so big, they don't have to be the best. Now they get the best prices. So people go there because it's like the cheapest you can get.
yeah,
And they have like expanded everywhere. And it's like that's the end of it. That's the end of a good business. But it's like that's not good.
yeah,
That's not good because now what, like 20 companies have like half the wealth in the country. Like that's terrible.
all for great value.
Yeah. But it's because we did it.
Yeah,
The consumer did it. Like we did it with cars too. It's like that's why you can't just go start a car company. It's because, like they can't make a car as cheap because they're not buying like, 1 million components to make all these cars. You're working in a lower volume. You're not going to be able to do the same kind of work. You're not going to be able to have the same price and everything. But we did it. We just went cheaper, 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 cheaper. So
I wonder if like the ability to gamble on companies doing good or bad is the thing that kind of drove everything into the ground. If you have to keep your investors happy, talking about stocks, if you have to keep your investors happy and they manipulate the stocks by buying and selling, like whoever, like the whole group of people investing in it, raise it or lower it, and then yeah, I don't know, dude, that's so weird. It's
I
like
feel like
I
that's probably part of it too. Because at some point, all they're doing is trying to adjust their stock prices for their investors because then they have more money. So they just want to make a profit every quarter. And it's like that's not the only aspect of a business,
yeah, and
is profitability.
if the stock of Walmart goes to zero, does the company go out of business,
I don't know.
or they
I
won't be able to?
assume.
I mean, how does that work? Need to
Yeah, the
study
stock
this stuff.
stuff is really weird. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like I understand it's like they own a portion of the company, but um
What's up?
my wife is FaceTiming
Here, you talk to your wife. I'm gonna take a commercial break. This episode is brought to you by Two Sleeping Wives.
me.
Podcast on Monster Voice. This is male voice. You gotta get out of here. The trunk or treat thing at the Hunt Carnival. What time is it at the trunk or treat? I think it starts at 5. Yeah, I bet you can barely hear this. I can hear it. Barely. This is supposed to be male voice, but it sounds like a monster voice. Stupid.
All right.
But yeah, we're doing our own trunk. So my wife is very anxious about it all for
Of
some
course.
reason. I don't really understand why. It's like all
course.
we have to do is like pass out candy. Doesn't have to be so complicated.
You're not gonna build like a stand or something.
No, that's what I have to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
to build something to go in the back of the truck. It's gonna hold all these balloons and all this crap on it. It's like, okay,
All right.
yes, ma'am.
You gotta get out of here. You ready to cut it?
Oh, I got a couple minutes,
All right.
but
What do you want to talk about for the last couple of minutes?
um,
You want to plug any of your stuff?
I don't have any stuff. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
No, no
You want to
stuff.
tell anybody about your pest control business?
Mm-mm.
No. You got enough people to spray?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. We've been busy.
Yeah.
Starting to slow down a little bit. It's weird that we've been like it sounds like how y'all are, where it's like we've never really been able to catch up for like all year since the summer really kind of hit since like March, and we're like done with this month almost. It's like really uncomfortable. It's
Yeah.
like what the heck? But I think it's just because like last quarter was July, so like we didn't work for 2 weeks, so those people didn't get done and they got pushed into the next month. So we're just gonna have like way too much work next month.
Yeah. And then right after the flood, it was like super busy, right?
It got pretty busy, but a lot of it was just because we were behind. We have like you know, let's just think we have like 300 customers we need to get done that month, and so if we didn't work for 2 weeks, we didn't get like 100 of those done. So then they just got pushed off. So we were just busting ass to try and catch back up.
Yeah.
But oh well, it'll all work out eventually. But it's been a pretty good year. I've been working. Um, I've been trying to get myself in the habit of what I want to be instead of like I feel like I've been a little bit lazy the last like 5 years
Really?
of like
Well, there's a couple years ago there you were working out a lot.
well, I mean just like with work, it's like I put it on the
Oh,
back
okay.
burner.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can own a business where work is like fourth thing down on your priority list. I don't think it has to be number one. Like I think family should be number one, but probably like number two.
Yeah, I think my job is probably time-wise my first priority, just with the amount of time I
Oh
invest in
yeah,
it.
for sure.
I mean, I would like to say my family is my main priority, and then my job is probably my second priority, but it's supposed to be God, family, and then
Yeah,
I don't remember what the third one is. But you could also kind of say that your job is part of taking care of your family. So
for sure. Well, you have to do it. So
yeah, I feel like I've let a lot of my house stuff go. Like there's
yeah,
stuff I've been wanting to do to my house for the longest time, but when I get off of work at the end of the week, I'm like, I've been working all day, all week, and I'm tired, and I just don't want to do anything.
yeah. I think what's better though is to just go do it.
Yeah,
I have the same problem, but every time I just go do it, I'm like, this is so much better. I wasn't tired.
yeah,
I'm like, it's like I think what it is in my head is I think I'm like anxious a lot because I'm not doing the things I want to do. Like I have this whole list of things that I like want to get done.
yeah,
And so instead of like getting up and doing those things, I come home from work and sit there and kind of angst about all the things I need to do. And it's like, well, hell, just get up and go do it. It's
yeah.
like it's not complicated. I make it so complicated in my head, but you never like think of all the projects you've done around your house. Have you ever gotten done and been like, oh, what a waste of time? Why did I do that? I should have just been sitting there playing video games. It's like,
Yeah, the pool after I dug a big hole in my yard.
yeah,
And yeah, now it's just sitting there collecting leaves. I need to clean it out. I'll probably do that today or sometime this weekend. Need to clean it out and cover it up. I kind of wanted to talk to Jamie about I kind of want to take these uh things around the side of my house, the crates, and like fill them in the rest of the way and build like a little porch right there. Take the pool down and then in the wintertime get one of those like just inflatable hot tubs and then set up a little hot tub area over there.
yeah,
I think that would be cool. But I also don't want to spend money right now, so I haven't really told her about that. I'm probably just going to clean it out for the moment and cover it up. I got a huge tarp from Sarah that
What you
doesn't
should
make
do
any
is
sense.
you
It's
should
so
just
big.
fucking clean it up and put it all back, fold it all up and put it up, and then just bring it back out. And
Yeah,
then you won't have to go cleaning it and doing stuff to it.
exactly. And it pops apart. It's like,
Oh, I bet it's not that hard. It probably sucks to set it up, but I mean, what, take you an hour to take it down and an
yeah,
hour to put it back up?
like to find a big box I could put it in and
Yeah,
just take it to the shop because I don't have room
yeah.
at the house really, and just throw it on top of the paint booth or something.
But then it'd probably last longer. You know, it's sitting out in the sun.
Yeah,
It's gonna eventually dry out, and then your yard will look nicer without it being there. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. We want
But
to.
yeah, that sucks too. To pull it all apart, put it all back together.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I wouldn't really mind it so much. It's just another thing to do. So,
But that'd probably be the proper way to do it. So now what are you gonna do?
um, sit around and play video games.
Yeah,
I wanted to blow the leaves out of my yard, but because it rained last night, I probably won't be able to.
probably be a little harder.
I'll be stuck to the ground. My little
Yeah.
blower won't be able to move them.
I bet it'll be dry by this afternoon.
Probably, yeah. I should probably be able to get out there by then. But yeah, yeah. I just want a day to relax. I worked sick most of the week,
Yeah,
like feeling off. I just felt tired and drained. Crappy.
yeah.
That was rough. But if I don't work, nobody eats. Not just my family. It's like the shop guys. Nothing moves. And then I would show up the next week and be super far behind, and it's like I just don't get to take off.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's one of the parts that sucks. So it'd be nice to like work at a different shop where it didn't matter to you. You just showed up to work and got paid. Didn't have to worry about all that stuff, you know.
yeah, if like there was another painter.
Yeah, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, I'm ready to get. I'm so ready to get out of the paint shop. I'm done with it. I've been trying to get out of the paint shop for a long time. I've already said this. We've already talked about this, but so done with it.
You think you'll like sitting in the office?
Yeah, I know I will. I won't be sitting in there most of the time. I mean, partially I will be. Like writing estimates and ordering parts and all the stuff that comes with that part of
So
it.
does
But
the estimator do the breakdown on the car too? You don't get
no,
to-
the body guy tears it down, and then after he tears it down, then you write a supplement. You'll write a preliminary estimate up front, just kind of
just
like
looking
what you
at
can
it.
see
Yeah.
and what you think might be damaged. And then after they do a tear down, you almost always find extra stuff. So you send your supplement in, insurance approves it, they send it back. The body guy breaks something, putting it back together. You send in another supplement. But yeah, yep,
You have to talk to a lot of customers doing that.
yeah. You got
or-
to talk to everybody, and then they're calling and they're like, "Why isn't my car done?" Because your car isn't the only one here. I'm sorry.
Are you good at that? Are you good at customer relation stuff?
Yeah, I would just tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, where you don't want to be is like lying to everybody about small stuff. Like
No.
we had a lady that came in. She brought in a Nissan pickup truck, and she bought it from a dealership and took it to the dealership for something. And they said your paint's peeling. We're gonna go ahead and fix it while it's here. They replaced the roof, and you could tell they did some body work to the bedside, and all of the work was just terrible. I don't know what happened to this truck, but like the cab corners at the top, where at the back of the roof, got smashed. The roof was replaced. They did not do a good job, and we were working on it because of hail stuff, but it had like Bondo and stuff that was cracking already because they had holes on the inside of the panel that they didn't like weld up, and so there's like moisture building on the inside, and it just
Yeah.
gets into the Bondo. Like you can't do that. But I'm assuming somebody messed up, and they tried to fix it real quick and didn't want to get in trouble with somebody higher up, so they just kind of rushed it and roughed it through.
Yeah.
But they were telling her like we had to order special paint to fix your roof, and it's not coming in for another however many weeks or whatever, and it's solid black. It's like one of the most common colors out there. Like it's not a special paint.
It's
Pretty
black.
fun. Yeah, it's black.
The color it says on the container is black.
Yeah, ebony. But yeah.
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous. Yeah, you don't want to be in that situation because that's going to get you in some serious trouble down the road. Like when
Yeah, I
someone
don't.
like us finds it later on, and you're like, "Well, I took it here, and they said this." Like, well, that's not what happened. We can tell just by looking at it. But
Yeah, I don't ever get why people like oversell themselves on stuff and don't communicate like what all's going wrong and like what could go wrong like from the beginning, you know? Of like you get the car in and be like, if we come across this and this and this, like it could take like a month, to get all this stuff fixed. And it's like it's so much better to just communicate that instead of being like, bring it in, we'll have it out to you in a week, you know?
yeah,
And like so many people do business like that and it's like just be honest.
yeah,
If you're just honest all the time, like it just works out.
I'd
People
rather,
appreciate that.
I'd much rather tell them how I think it's gonna go actually versus tell them something that I really can't
Like
do.
to
Or
try
like,
and sell them to get them to pick
yeah,
y'all over some other body shop,
yeah,
which is like you don't want to get customers that way in reality, you
yeah,
know. I think the best way to get customers is because they're like, "Oh, they do a good job." And they'll be fair and not lie to me. But yeah, I don't understand how some businesses s- stay in business and are so successful the way they treat their customers. It's like how is it possible? Like I hear about service companies where people will like the customer will be like, "Yeah, I've been calling this guy over and over again, and they just won't return my call." I'm like, "Well, call someone else. You really want to do business with someone who doesn't want your business?
yeah.
Like that's crazy. I would never do that.
Just bugging
I give
someone
them like
constantly.
one call, and if they don't want, if like you don't want it, then screw you.
Or
It's
best
weird.
of luck to you. You shouldn't think like that. You should pray for the people that wrong you or whatever, and hope the best for them.
Oh, I hope the best for everyone. I want everyone to be successful. I don't like it when people like
I got that.
lie, cheat, and steal though.
Yeah, I got that out of Matthew when I was reading it, and I was like, I'm gonna work on that. Like, because I always thought of myself as someone who doesn't hold grudges, but there are a couple of people where I'm just like, I don't like you. I
I tr-
I don't wish the best for you, and I wouldn't be upset if you got in a car crash and died. And now I'm trying to not be like that, and I'm trying to be like just forgive the person, and part of forgiveness is like letting it go, and but keep an eye on them, and don't just trust them and keep bringing them into your house if they're stealing from you, but
yeah,
like just wish them the best, and then when you feel like someone wrongs you, just pray for that person and let God handle it.
yeah.
I forget what the saying, I don't know if it's in Matthew, but there's another verse somewhere in the Bible. It's like, have not a vengeful heart, saith the Lord, for vengeance is mine. And if you will pray for these people and take care of them when you're provided the opportunity to take care of them, like I will enact, and I will be hot on their head like an iron or something like that. I forget the exact scripture, but yeah, it's like, and you shouldn't do it for that reason. You know what I mean? I've already caught myself doing that. I'm like, dear Lord, please be with these people. You
No,
know what I
I
mean?
think you should just hold yourself at, at that. Like that's the expectation. That's what I try and do, and I've learned a lot from you about not bashing people and talking crap about people. I feel like I've always been pretty good at like treating everyone well, even if I don't like them, but I will like I'll leave. That guy's so annoying, and I try not to do that anymore. But sometimes people just don't click, and in your head, sometimes you think, oh well, he's a bad guy because we don't get along. But I try and like, there's this guy that we've done like quite a bit of work like for a place he works for, and there's just something about him just rubs me the wrong way. Like
Yeah.
I just can't stand to talk to him. I want to like grab him by the throat when I start talking to him, which is like really rare for me. Like that just usually doesn't happen. But every interaction I have with him, I'm like get red faced and like, dude, shut up. I hate talking to you.
Yeah.
And I sprayed his house the other day, and I made myself sit there and I talked to him for 20 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
oh, how's this going? How's this? How's this? And he's not that bad. It's just the way he communicates. Like It's like nails on a chalkboard to me, you know. But I've learned one of my least favorite things is people that tell you stuff that's not true. Like they know what they're talking about when they don't.
Yeah.
And it just drives me crazy. And that happens a lot, specifically to me, where like I'll tell someone about like a treatment for this pest problem, or you know, like what kind of bug it is. You know, like one is yellow jackets. You know, they dig a hole underground and have a nest like bees. And people tell me all the time, they're like, those aren't yellow jackets. I'm like, yes, they're yellow jackets. It's like, you called me. I'm here to do it. I don't know why we're sitting here arguing whether they're yellow jackets or bees. I'm telling you, they're yellow jackets. Use
Yeah.
the internet. But it's like they'll sit there and argue with me and be like, those aren't yellow jackets.
I
It's
just
like, they are. Why would I tell you that?
yeah.
I've been doing this my whole life.
I just say okay after
Yeah.
a certain point.
Oh,
I'm like,
me too.
if I know that I'm right, I'll listen to them. And if they're still arguing their point, and they just won't give in. I'm just like, okay.
I just don't. I don't understand. And like, one thing that guy did, like that really got me. Even when I was trying to be nice, I was talking to him. He's like,
Gave you a good irking.
he was like, yeah, I got this wardrobe thing from my in-laws, and it was covered up in brown recluse eggs. I'm like, oh yeah, you can identify spider eggs? Really?
They're
I bet,
all white balls.
I bet
it's
an
all white ball with a
entomologist
bunch of little
can't-
pink things on
Yeah.
the inside.
A guy who has dedicated his life to studying spiders, I bet, can't look at a spider egg and be like, yeah, that's brown recluse. And
Yeah.
it's like, why would you say that?
Was there
like,
a
I don't
brown
know.
recluse in there?
No, he's just it's not even that big of a deal. It's just like the personality of that type of person just really really gets to me. It's like you're just a know-it-all. You don't know anything. Like, just shut your mouth. I don't get it.
Yeah, the last time, well, not the last time. I remember being pretty irked by a kid at your house one point in time, and I said something I shouldn't have, but it was not like I was going to do that thing. It was just like I could do this thing. Like, you need to calm down and stop being like that. But also, it's somebody else's kid. Like, you know what I mean? I should have just let it go. But you can only be poked so many times.
Yeah.
And what I said wasn't like I'm going to do this thing. It's like I could. Like, you need to calm down. It's like, stop doing that. But yeah, sometimes I have a real hard problem with like I'm getting better at this as I get older, but I have a real problem with saying stuff that I shouldn't say. That either I think is funny or I know is just going to upset someone to where they might calm down. It's like some stupid comment for whatever, and it's like because later on I'll just think about it and be like, why did I say that? I'd rather not feel like that than get my point across in a snarky way.
Well, I feel like when I get uncomfortable, I feel like I shut down. And I feel like I've seen you sometimes when you get uncomfortable, you like talk more and you'll like start talking more, and then I can see you're like uncomfortable that you're talking and you like want to stop, but you can't stop at that point. You're like too far in.
In a car in a dream without brakes.
Yeah.
You ever had that dream? You're like, I can't stop.
But I just like, which I don't know what the right way to deal with that is, but I get uncomfortable and I just like don't talk, and I like can't even think of stuff to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I have
definitely,
seen you like
I
keep going,
definitely
and
do
you'll
that.
keep talking, and then I can even see that you want to stop. you're like, God, I can't stop. I gotta gotta say it.
I
now."
gotta get my point across. Yeah. Yeah, I hate when I do that. That's why I could never be a cokehead. That would be that would be terrible. That would be the most annoying guy on the planet.
Be like grabbing people by the shoulders as they try and turn away and be like, look at me while I speak to you.
You ready? All right. Bye, everybody.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out.